Welcome back, boys and some girls. I love a good hype train, but sometimes the excitement can get ahead of reality. Please don't get too hyped for Styx Blades of Grid. Let me explain to you why I think it's not gonna live up to your expectations. I will go over some reactions, share my personal experience, and then present you the evidence. Firstly, know that I just finished replaying the two previous games, Master of Shadows and Charge of Darkness, so the games are fresh in my mind. Let's start by looking at the trailer that dropped like 2 weeks ago maybe. It's already hit 100k views and 5.3k likes, compared to the previous game's trailer in 2017, 8 years ago, which had 200k views but only 3k likes. Also, the like to dislike ratio is much better in the 2017 trailer, which suggests there is more positive excitement this time around. Check in the comments, you will also find things like 8 years waiting for this. We are not many, but Styx fans are loyal AF. There are so few stealth games nowadays, we only get half-baked, bare-bones stealth mechanics in action games. Glad to see Styx is back. Did not expect this one, I'm down. A new Styx game? Let's go! The two previous Styx games are hidden stealth game gems. Play them if you haven't. Underrated franchise. A new Styx game. Criminally underrated. I can go on if you want, there is way more of that. I get why people are excited. I get it. It's been a long time since we got a good stealth, interesting game. Something that actually released and was fun to play. And the last attempt of a stealthy creature game, you know how Gollum turned out. When I replayed the two previous games of Styx, I kind of realized that a lot of my love for them was mostly rooted in nostalgia and not the actual gameplay. Both of the games had very interesting concepts, but execution was downright horrendous. Enemies often glitch in their patrol routes or just didn't move at all. Styx would grab onto ledges inconsistently, adding more frustration, not even to mention the embarrassing reusing of maps just flipped backwards. Cyanide Studios, the creators of Blade of Grid, have a history of decent stories but poor gameplay. Looking at their previous titles, I don't see how this game will be any different. One example is of Orc and Men, which released in 2012, which features Styx, and yes, it came out before Master of Shadows in 2014. In that game, it's quite similar, with the controls and gameplay being simply crap and the story being somewhat interesting. In 2022, Cyanide Studio released a game called Werewolf the Apocalypse, another game with a mess story and an awful gameplay style. You can continue exploring this if you want, they have plenty more games to check out, but almost all of their games are the same, with the story being okay and the gameplay being crap. I'm not here to completely trash on Cyanide Studios. They did improve things from the first game to the second game. For instance, in the first game, the elves could attack you no matter what you did, but in the second one, they switched the ability to the dwarves, but now you also have the ability to craft an item that temporarily negates that detection, so they can't smell you for like 3 minutes, I think. Sadly, however, the controls and the map reusing stay the exact same thing in both games. Personally, to me, the controls are the biggest problem in the game. It's a game all about sneaking and passing through undetected. You need to have precision in your movement, and in both games, this was my worst experience when I had to navigate narrow, complicated areas. Styx would often grab onto random things like braziers, leading to me taking damage or just falling off the edge and a game over. I can't count the amount of times that I had to try the same jump 5 times only to somehow make it on the 5th jump, even when I was doing the exact same thing over and over again. A simple thing like having the ability to press a button and hold onto the ledge would just do the game's wonder. Countless of times I tried to escape quietly after pulling off a cool sneaking maneuver, only to fall to my death because Styx did not grab the ledge that he was right above. And funny enough, they made it even worse in the second game, because in the first one you could just approach very slowly to the ledge and then you will almost always grab it when you were falling down. But in the second game they removed it, and now you need to jump and grab the ledge in order to hang from it. Both cases leads to many game over screens, but at least in the first game there was a reliable way to perform this action. The trailers and how the game is shown is basically a copy of the previous games, just showing the same similar action and stealth mix, which leads me to believe that this game will also be quite similar. And we do want that, we want it to be similar, but also we don't want the bad parts to stay the same, we want them to improve. My biggest fear for the game is that it will just be another loading screen type of gameplay with the same awful controls and a story that is just gonna be there to wrap up the series. I wholeheartedly hope that I'm 100% wrong and I will be proven otherwise. But as I'm a stats kind of guy, I simply look behind and I see what Cyanide Studios has left in their past and I judge them based on that. Will Cyanide Studios finally break their streak? Will we get another lesson why we shouldn't get hyped for upcoming games? I don't know. We'll find out when the game releases later on this year, in the fall of this year. But that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, thank you. If you did, let me know why. Besides, keep yourself. See you in the next one. Bye bye.